So firstly, thank you for coming this far. So if you're here, you most likely have done the self-analysis tool or the energy profile or both. And you know what areas of your life are in the red zone, amber zone, green zone, and so on. So now I'm going to show you how I actually help people. And that's exactly what we're going to go through. So let's get straight into it. First thing is this. So the complete energy mastery program, what I want you to achieve is this: to live life at your highest potential. Now, what does that mean? There's four areas of life. The first, these are major pillars that everyone experiences. The first one is money related. For you, what I want you to either get promoted, attract more business, more customers, and therefore make more money. Okay, so when your energy levels are a lot higher, this is exactly what's going to happen. People gravitate towards you. They like you. They want you. Think about being in an interview. When you're in an interview, there's two people, one with higher energy, one with lower energy. That's the case every single time you're with someone. When that interviewer chooses someone, they choose the person who had the best energy. They actually don't know it, but that is the reason they choose it. And that's why they say things like, I don't know why I liked him or her, but I want that person. Have you ever seen on Dragon's Den when they say, I don't want your business, but I want you? It's the energy of the person. And look, they just got business, they got a dragon, and as a result, they're going to make more money. So energy levels, more money. The second thing, the second pillar of life generally is time related. So what we want for you is this: achieve a balanced life you can be proud of, so you can double your work in half the time, making you 4 times more productive. It's basically being effective over efficient. So imagine doubling your work, but halving your time, getting so much more done. And that definitely is possible when you master and manage energy with time. Third pillar of life is relationships. I want to help you prevent toxic relationships. That is so important. And instead, I want you to have flourishing, wonderful relationships. Okay. Without a happy home, you are not going to have a happy life outside. Without a happy home, a good home, a peaceful home inside, though you are not going to be able to make as much money as you possibly can. This dark energy inside you from home is going to transfer outside. It is not a good combination. You need to have flourishing relationships to be able to have a successful outside life as well. Otherwise, it just becomes a show. Okay. And the fourth one is the health. No more sacrificing health for wealth and family. You can have it all, and you really can. You can be healthy, fit, making money, having great relationships, being a great parent, partner, absolutely everything. All of them are possible. Okay, so those are the outcomes. Those are the things that we want for you at the end of this program. Now, what do you get and what are the bonuses? So this is what you get in the program. You get the on-demand program. It's pre-recorded. Everything's there. I'm going to go through it later, exactly what's in there. But on-demand program, you can watch it at your leisure. You can watch it when you're traveling, in your free time, in your lunch breaks. You can set a time on the weekend just to watch it. Whenever you want, you can watch the program at your leisure. You don't have to come to an event or anything like that. It's up to you when you watch it at your pace. The second thing is that you get my done for you tools and resources. All the tools that you've just used, the energy profile and the self-analysis tool, there are tools like that within every single one of the lessons. And what does a tool do? A tool helps you transfer knowledge into practice. That's what it does. Just learning the knowledge is not enough, because if you learn that knowledge, then you'd like, okay, I don't know how to use it. How do I use it? Well, once you use the tool, it naturally, automatically helps you practice the knowledge. And that is why it's so powerful, so easy to use, and yet so effective. The resources are going to help you with the knowledge. Like this is a resource, something that you get to read as well as watch as well. Okay. 2 weekly live group coaching calls. So you're going to get that every single week. So you don't just have to watch the pre-recorded stuff. You can come on live and ask your questions. You can send your questions in advance. You can ask them live there. If you're going through anything, that's where you get to share. You don't even have to ask questions. You could just share your experience for that week, and you get to listen to other people's experiences, their questions. They might be ahead of you in the program, and you get to benefit from their questions ahead of time, which means you never need to experience that problem because you can prevent it. So that's incredibly powerful. That's one of the most important parts, is the group coaching calls, normally on a weekday evening and a weekend morning. You get unlimited tech support. So whereas with the group coaching call, there's a whole bunch of other people there. With unlimited tech support, it's just me and you. Okay. So, or my team and you. And that is very personalized to you. You can ask your personal questions there, things that you don't want anyone else to know. And yes, some of the stuff within this program are sensitive. You know, it's things that you don't want other people to know, and that's perfectly okay. That's one reason a lot of my testimonials are hidden. People don't want other people to know or see their face because they're very sensitive, and that's okay. Okay, the fifth one that you get is weekly accountability text. So every Monday or so, I will send a message. You will set your goals for that week, and I'll check up on you normally Wednesdays. And then if by the end of the week, Friday, you can tell me what you did and so on. So accountability, you can even during the week tell me, okay, I did this, I did this, I did this, I didn't do this, and I'll keep you accountable as well. And that little few seconds makes a huge difference. So those are the 5 main things that you get within the program. The bonuses which you get are all my one-to-ones and group recordings with previous students. Now, they alone can answer about 60% of your questions, which is phenomenal because when someone's asking a question, we go into a lot of detail for the answer and you get more than what's in the actual main core of the program. But you can watch that in your own time. They're all nicely organized titles, so you can see which one applies to you, which one doesn't, and just watch those. You get lifetime access for updates. So whenever I update anything or add anything, I send a message and you get access to those as well, which is wonderful. That's what's inside the program and the bonuses. The guarantees that I give are as follows. Leave it or love it or leave it guarantee. That means that you can try it for 30 days, the program. If you like it, you can continue and pay for the rest. If you don't, we can just part ways, no questions asked, and that's fine. So try it for 30 days. Take the risk. What's stopping you from moving forward? What's stopping you from improving your life? If you don't take the step now and just do this for the next 30 days, where will you be in 30 days if you don't do this? Ask yourself that question. Whereas if you do this, the next 30 days, your life could be transformed. So the ball is in your court in that sense. The second guarantee I give you is this: unlimited help guarantee. If you finish the program and you still haven't achieved the energy mastery that you want to achieve, all 9 energy types of energy in a green state, meaning that they're high in the 8s, 9s, and 10s, I will keep helping you for free until you do. Okay, that means that you're going to still get the Zoom group session. So if for free means you get these top 3 at the top, on demand, done for you tools, and 2 weekly live group coaching sessions. The text message and accountability might have to go, but the first 3 are going to still be there. And you, of course, have the bonuses as well. So I'm still going to keep helping you until you've got what you want to achieve. Okay, which were the 4 outcomes at the beginning. Now, the likelihood of achievement. What is your likelihood of achievement? Well, if you look at these 4, we'll see how likely it is. First is testimonials. What I would like you to do is go to that page, 8020lifehacks.com/game plan. That's where you most likely would have booked a call. And in the future, I may change the link, in which case I will send you the link as well. So if you go there, you'll see the testimonials. You'll see all the people that have helped benefit. They've benefited, the videos, the written testimonials, and there are more which I've probably just not put into there or not gathered up to date. So if they could do it, you can do it, is the point. The second is that there's a very structured roadmap for success. When there's a structure to your success, you're much more likely to achieve it. When there's no structure, then it's less likely. And this program can be made bespoke for you. So it's made exactly for you, the roadmap, but it can also be generic the way that I like to do it, because it's very, very, very structured. And that way, if you have something already, then you can skip over it. And if you don't have something, then you can focus on it. And that's how the roadmap is made. And you'll see that shortly in the next few slides. Okay, the time delay. If you were to do this on your own, it would take you a very long time. Okay, it takes lifetime for some people to do this types of things. I've coached people who are in their 40s, 50s, and so on, and some of these things they never have done in their entire life, and it's transformed them. So if you were to do this with a coach and a mentor, you are 10 times to maybe 100 times faster, than doing it on your own. So that's very powerful. You're basically paying for speed. Okay. The effort, you get all 3 levels. Level 1 is do it yourself. And the on-demand program only and the past one-to-ones, that is you watching it and doing it. That is the do-it-yourself model. But you get the level 2 as well, which is done with you. Done with you is where you have the group coaching calls and you have the one-to-one tech support. That's done with you. Your problem is my problem. I'm doing it with you. We're together. You're not alone. And the third one is done for you. And that is the tools and the resources where they are done for you. They're made for you. And if you can't do one of them, I will get on a call and we'll do it together as well. Okay. So all 3 levels of effort and support is there for you. So the roadmap. So this is number 2, the roadmap for success. The roadmap for energy mastery implementation. There's a monthly structure and a weekly structure. So I'm going to show you the monthly structure overview first, and then we'll go into the weekly one. Monthly, module 1 is this. So each month we do one module. In month 1, it's the emotion mastery. The emotion mastery is a prerequisite to energy mastery because everyone goes through emotions, and before energy, you have to understand your own emotions and how to master them, how to manage them, and so on. And only then can you really start to manage and master energy, because it's a deeper level. Okay, so lesson 1, emotions and personality hacking. What is that? There's 8 different types of personalities, and you can find out which are your top 3 and what does the combination mean, and are you using on a daily basis your ideal personality levels or not. If you are not, then you're not going to be happy on a daily basis, and if you are, you're going to feel fulfilled, and you're going to be enjoying yourself on a daily basis. So that's very important. And there's another part in there which is to do with task matching to your personality. Okay, so lesson 2, this is very, very important session. So this is about the ego, the emotions and the ego. The ego is the thing inside us which keeps talking to us and telling us, you can do it, you can't do it, you're not good enough, yes, I can, and all these different thoughts that we have that just come. So the nature of it, what it is, what it isn't, and how to overcome it. So that is in lesson 2. Lesson 3 is all about the 7 emotion management solutions. Now, these are so powerful that it's not possible to do all 7, but it is possible to do 1, 2, or 3. And you could do the next ones the month after, the month after. Because you've got the on-demand program, you can always come back to it and watch it at a later date again and do it. They're very powerful. That's why I say when it's so powerful, it's not possible to do all of them because it's too much of a change. You have to do gradual change, but you will get to choose which one's right for you. Emotions in money. Money is very, very emotional. And, so many people are emotional when it comes to money for many reasons. Like there's the 4 different types of personality when it comes to money. So in this system, I teach a millionaire mind or a millionaire system to manage money. And once you do that, it takes away all the negative emotions in relation to money. Okay. Lesson 5 is emotional escape mechanisms. This actually is an addiction series, and I taught it over a 3-week series, 3 weeks parts on how to overcome addictions. But overcoming addictions is the same thing as an emotional escape mechanism, because that's what addictions generally are. We're escaping from something that we don't want to face, and that something is very normal for it to be an emotion, okay? For it to be something we don't want to face. So that is in there as well. That's very, very important. So this is the emotion mastery, and all in total, it adds up to about 7 hours worth of learning. Month 2, module 2, energy mastery, 12 hours worth of learning. The first one is energy in time. So the best way to manage time is by managing energy in time. What does that even mean? You find out in the lesson, but it's the best way. So very briefly, when your energy is high, you should do a high energy task. When your energy is low, you do low energy task. And you can't always know when your energy is going to be high and low. You can't always know that. It's very hard to predict. You can to somewhat predict it, but not fully. So lesson 2, physical and mental energy. What are they? What are they not? How do you increase them? How do you use them when they're high? What are the low and high extremes of them? All of that is in detail in there. Lesson 3, sexual energy. Now, sexual energy is part of physical. That's why it's here. And again, it's taught in 3 hours because it was taught in a 3-week series, 1 week, 1 lesson per week. And it's for men, it's called semen retention. And there's a similar thing for women. just doesn't have a name like semen retention, but it's exactly the same thing. They have women also have the sexual energy inside them, and this is one of your secret weapons. Okay, to be able to use this, it can either destroy you or it can improve you massively. It can be your weapon against whatever you want to achieve. So it's very powerful, incredibly useful. Okay, lesson 4, emotional and spiritual energies. Okay, so that's where they all come in pairs, except sexual energy. All of these come in pairs and they're directly related. The one that they're paired with is the one that they're connected with the most. Okay, think of it like a chain. Okay, the chains are next to each other, or the beads, and the one that they're next to is the order that they're in here. Emotional and spiritual energy. And then lesson 5, masculine and feminine energy. These two are two of the ones that are destroying, or the misunderstanding of them is destroying many relationships in the world today, because there's a massive confusion regarding masculine and feminine energy. They're seen as toxic, though they're not. And this needs to be debunked. People need to understand it in more detail properly, and how they are in perfect harmony, and they are like yin and yang, and there's no real toxic side of them. The toxic side would actually be something else called narcissism. Okay, so lesson 6 is dark energy and light energy. So this is where I go through, what is dark energy, the energy of pain, light energy, the energy of pleasure, how to overcome it. In other words, dark energy is all about trauma. So anyone who's going through some sort of trauma in their life, or has as a child, this is where they learn how to use that energy and transform themselves using it and overcome it. Month 3 and module 3 is influence mastery. Now, influence mastery is all about influencing other people. So in what way? Managing their emotions and managing their energy. So it's not possible for you to manage other people's emotions and energy until you've managed your own. That's why module 1 is emotion mastery and module 2 is energy mastery, so that module 3 you can actually learn to influence other people in a positive way. Influence is a good thing, not manipulation. The negative side of influence would be manipulation. You don't want to manipulate people, although it's very much possible. Okay, lesson 1, universal relationship hacks. These are hacks which are used for all relationships. They apply to all of them, and they're universal. That's why it's taught in this one lesson before all of the specifics. The first specific one I go into is how to influence a spouse. So this is lesson 2. It's 3 hours, because this on its own is like a whole mini marriage course, and many effective techniques. I would say it's 100% possible for people that if they go through this lesson alone, the marriage one, the how to influence a spouse, 100% of people's marriage will improve, because the things in there are such tools that if you do them, your marriage has to improve. It's impossible for it not to. The communication levels are going up sky high as a result of them. And if in the end it doesn't work out, then maybe that marriage isn't for you both, because one person is not working on the marriage. If in a marriage there are 4 things: there's a husband, there's a wife, there's the marriage, husband working on the marriage, wife working on the marriage. So husband needs to work on himself, wife needs to work on herself, husband needs to work on the marriage, wife needs to work on the marriage. If one of those 4 are missing, the marriage sooner or later breaks down, which is why I say that sometimes it's important that the marriage does end, because someone's not working on something somewhere, and so the table, think of it like a table, it will collapse. Okay, a table with 4 legs. Okay, the next one is how to influence children. Very important for parents, because you are their role model, and it's such an important lesson. Okay, how to actually be the role model for your children, how to influence them, how to get them to willingly love you and see you as a role model and want to follow you, want to obey you without force. Okay, how to influence your family members, mindsets and actions. There are 10 of each that I share here in this lesson, 10 mindsets, 10 actions, and it's not possible again to do all of them. And it's the same with friends. There's mindsets and actions, and in the friends I give 4 levels of true friendships. Well, the first 3 are not real friends, the 4th one is the real true friends. And once you find them using the tool, once you find who your true real friends are, then you realize, okay, this person is my real friend. I need to spend more time with them. That all these lessons on their own are transformational. How to influence work colleagues. Okay, you've got shareholders, you have employers, employees, contractors, you have customers, you have peers. So you have all these different types of people in your work that you can, your subordinates and your managers. So how to influence them. Okay. And finally, month 4 is a bonus month. On month 4, you don't need to do this month with this bonus if you don't want to. You can just focus on the first 3 and solidify them. That's perfectly fine. But on month 4, we have speaking mastery. Okay, it's basically public speaking mastery. Now, what is this? So there's 3 lessons. There's 11 basic skills with a demo. Then there's 11 intermediate skills with a demo, and there's 10 advanced skills with a demo. So I have taught public speaking quite a few times, many times in fact. I've done loads of workshops delivered and been in as a student. I've done public speaking courses, as well as I'm a qualified teacher, and I love teaching. I'm in my zone when I'm teaching. So this is something which is more advanced than the first 3, because here when we are doing public speaking, all we're doing is managing 2 things. We're managing the people's emotions and we're managing their energy. But here we're doing it at scale. Okay, we're doing it with a room full of 50 to 100 people, and you can do this with 10 people. So whereas here on the previous month, you're doing this on a one-to-one, your children or your partner or your family or your friends and a few work colleagues. But when you come to this level, you're using all of that on a higher scale now. You're able to use your energy on a much higher scale and influence a whole room of people. And that is incredibly powerful. When you're able to do that, everyone gravitates towards you and they're like, wow, I want him. I want her. For whatever it is that they want. So this is why I say from public speaking, you will almost always make money because people will search for you. They'll headhunt for you. Okay. And this is where I demonstrate it. If you want to improve it even more, you will need to do some micro teach with me where I observe you, others can observe you. And that's something which we can talk about. If you want that, that's fine. That is the end of the program. So the weekly structure, just to share with you, is this. Week 1, we will, this applies to every month. In week 1, you will just watch and listen. Just listen and watch the lesson. And then in the group sessions, you'll just ask questions to learn. There's no doing. You don't have to do anything. You just have to learn. Okay. In week 2, you will just reflect and think about what you're doing, which ones you already do, which ones you don't do, and just plan. So you're just going to plan exactly what you're going to do. And I'm going to help you in the group session to plan. Okay. In week 3, this is where you start applying it and start acting upon it. What you will find is that just in the week of planning and just in the week of learning, which is the week 1, you will automatically start doing. You will almost be unable to not do. You will feel, I have to do this. I'm going to do this. That's what happens. But you won't have the pressure, because I'm saying to you that you only start doing in week 3. In the first 2 weeks, you won't have any pressure to do. And that's the wonderful thing. You'll do without the pressure. In week 3, you will find it easier to do simply because you've already started. And that's the great thing about this method that I'm sharing with you here. Week 1 is learn, week 2 is plan, week 3 is do. And week 4 is make it a habit. So keep doing it and make it a habit. And on the group sessions, just come and ask about, okay, I did this a few days, then I fell, and then I'm going to motivate you and show you the right mindset to overcome and keep going until it becomes a habit. That is the weekly plan. Every month is like that, and that way everything nicely structured. You're much more likely to achieve everything if you have a plan like that. So what next? I want you to answer these 2 questions. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much of a fit are you for this program? Okay, a 10 is a perfect fit. A 1 is it's not for me at all. And so think about that and answer that question. The second question is, when are you wanting to fix your problems? Do you remember the red zones and the amber zones? When? So those red ones, those amber ones, when do you want to fix this? Is it next month? Is it next year? Is it 2 years from now? Or is it today now? Once you've answered those two questions, I want you to tell me or my team and just reach out, however we're communicating with you, and answer the two questions above and send those to me, and then we'll talk about the next step. Okay, thank you for watching this, and I look forward to speaking to you after this call.